Happy Wednesday, everybody. Coming to you live from Austin. This is Domingo. Today we have a special guest, so I'm going to hang on for our special guest to join. So hopefully everybody's having a really nice day out there and a nice week as we approach the latter half of the week. So how's it going, High Fly Ty? I'll wave back to you. Special guest is here as well. So today we are bringing you an episode of Go Live. And my name is Domingo, and I'm from the Austin location. I'm really excited for this specific one because it's actually been a couple months in the making to get this partner on with us, but I'm really excited. It's a wonderful product. And let me pull her in real quick. Hi, Mom.
Hi everyone. Hi Domingo.
Hey, Joanne, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Very good. So everybody, like I said, this is another edition of Go Live by Beta, and today we are featuring AstroReality, and we have the pleasure of having Joanne Dai, the CEO and co-founder of this amazing brand. So, Joanne, how have you been? It's been a little bit since we've had a chance to talk.
Yeah. It's been great. It's been great. Except just these days we have a little bit wildfire going on in
I know.
NorCal, but you know, life goes on. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Everybody's safe. Your family, you are safe. Everything with that?
Yeah. We are all safe. We're all safe. In fact, I bring Corinne, my daughter, today, with me, and
Hi.
yeah, we are all safe. Say hi to everyone. Hi.
I love it. So, we'll just jump right in and see what's going on. So, Astro Reality is a really unique name. It's a really unique product. But how did you land on the name Astro Reality?
Yeah, thank you. So AstroReality, it's just, combined with two words, astronomy and reality. And, kind of our products is combined with augmented reality. So the abbreviation of AstroReality, which is AR, is the same with augmented reality. We just think, it's a perfect kind of combination to come up with this name. And in fact, we have lots of positive feedback of the name as well, I'm really glad you mentioned it's yeah, I like the name very, very much, and we did spend a ton of time to think about that name as well.
Yeah, no, it's a really great name, and it very much is a really great depiction of exactly what your product does. So definitely really fun there, and definitely clever, as
Thank
Hi-Fi
you.
Ty talked about there. Now, you got your start on Indiegogo, and your very first product was the Lunar Pro. I don't know if you happen. Oh, actually, that's it behind you, isn't it?
Right here, right here.
Yeah. So the Lunar Pro was your very first product. It was on Indiegogo, and it was crowd funded. So, what was that process like, and what did you learn through that entire series of programming with it?
Yeah, thank you. So Lunar Pro is our first product, and it got launched on Indiegogo, and then we launched the Astro Reality Earth on Kickstarter. The fact that Lunar Pro is made from poly resin, and essentially what we do is we use the SLA printer to 3D print the kind of prototype of the moon globe, and then we make a cast of it, and then we have liquid poly resin injected in the cast to mold, and finally it followed with hand painting and also all the crafting on top of it. So I would say every single Lunar Pro is handmade and also handcrafted. And what we do is we made an app, basically is featured in augmented reality, and that we have a 3D object kind of recognition to record all the topography on Lunar Pro and on the surface of the globe. And when you have the software and the app to pen over the globe, you will see all kinds of topography, terrain, craters on the surface of moon. It's a very mysterious kind of object, but we wanted to really bring the mysterious object in front of people and kind of reveal the mystery.
Yeah, I mean, I've had these. I've played with them. I've messed with the program. It's outstanding, and it really is like a really beautiful piece of art that you just, like you have on that shelf, you really want to have them out because it really is artwork, and the detail work is crazy.
Great. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
I love it. Now, obviously a huge component to your product is the augmented reality portion of it, right? Which is driven by an app. Can you tell us a little bit more about that app and what it took to get there to really merge that virtual and physical world?
Yeah, right. So the three, I would say, hero product that we feature is Lunar Pro and Earth Pro, and as well as Mars Pro. So what we do is for each globe, we have different data sets in terms of where we pull in the content, and we use science research to really kind of feature the content in front of our users. And Lunar Pro, where we use lunar reconnaissance orbiters data, where NASA send out every year, and they kind of map out the surface of lunar, and we use that NASA data to kind of replicate and also to illustrate the data of it. And that's get kind of integrated in the AstroReality app, which is the augmented reality app. And it's similar with Mars Pro. Mars Pro, we use Mars reconnaissance orbiters data to kind of map out the topography and Olympus Mons, where it is, right, and all of these places. And also we implement kind of the photos and data where we can find, and even the places NASA 2020 Mars Perseverance project is going to land, and we can where we update the data and images to inform our users. In terms of lunar and Mars globe, they are far objects, right? They are distant objects. We know less about them than our Earth. In Earth globe, we just have so many data sets from a lot of places. We use NASA data, we use NOAA data, we use all kinds of science on the sphere and all kinds of data to kind of be implemented in the AstroReality Earth. And where we see you can see a timeline where you can, let's say, a mammal's migration, right, from 1899 and all the way to now, to see all kinds of animals, how they migrate over the time. Yeah. So it's really and I would say dynamic Earth rather than a static Earth globe, where you can see kind of data sets to change over the time.
I do have to ask, because there is so much data obviously on Earth, how did you decide how to narrow it down as to what to put into the app itself? Because I have messed with the Earth Pro and it's magnificent, and the texture is just like really, really cool. It's like you literally have the world in your hand. How did you decide? Because there's so much information.
Yeah. There is so much information on Earth, and we didn't want to, obviously we can put a lot of data on Earth, but the fact that we wanted to feature Earth as a dynamic and changing globe. Just look at this globe. If you hold it in your hand, we wanted our users to have kind of a perspective to see the Earth from space. So, we live on Earth, right? We humans live on Earth. And sometimes it's easy to kind of remember that it's Earth, it's the Mother Earth, it's so huge and gigantic. However, sometimes when you change your perspective to see it in your hands, and you kind of have a different thought process, behind it. So that's why we wanted to feature Earth not as a, our Mother Earth as a planet, but also as an object where you can see as an object change over time from a much bigger scale. So when we choose data set, we tend to choose data sets that can lean to, a changing and dynamic kind of data sets, and that can be implemented in our AR app.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, everybody, today we have the privilege of having Joanne Dai, who is the co-founder and CEO of AstroReality. Again, Joanne, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
So with the merging of that physical and digital world, what are your customers saying about the product so far?
Yeah. Our customers are very, very happy, about our products. But I think particularly it's just that this very detailed kind of craftsman on lots of globes, in terms of how they're made for Lunar Pro and also for Earth Pro. Because like I said, every single globe is just handmade. That means, we have artisans that really go on and, look into details and kind of modify the surface of it by hand. So I think that kind of details and really kind of handcraft piece impress our users and customers. And when they have this, augmented reality app, obviously you can have lots of content in the software, in the app. We consume content, every day. But when you have a software that go with a physical object and that connection, the moment it pans over, the moment the information goes right in front of you, this wow factor just somehow, really kicks in. And a lot of our feedback from our customer goes, this is a different way to kind of see augmented reality. It's just because this tangible and physical object that connects with the software piece really kind of impress our consumers.
Yeah. Now we answered this earlier, but we have a question. Nafisha's asking, what is it made out of?
It's made out of polyresin. So I would say the Earth Pro and the Lunar Pro is just, because we made a cast and then we put liquid polyresin in, and then over the time it gets colder, then it gets formed in this kind of shape. And then a Mars Pro is a little bit different because it's 3D printed and the material we use is gypsum. Gypsum is actually a material it can be found on Earth, on our planet.
Okay.
This is really special is because it's a natural material and we use it as a 3D printed material as well. So we really wanted to kind of feature the material. And also it's important to know that the planet we are making is made from the material we can naturally find on Earth, isn't it? So yeah, so
I've not seen the
and polyresin.
I'll say I haven't seen the Mars Pro before, but it's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a very distant object, and it's just it feels very different when you hold it in hand. A lot of times, when we look at NASA image, you know that okay, that's Mars, but how do you see it in front of you, from a 360 view, right? Yeah.
Now we have a couple of questions, and two people are asking about, like, does it come with a stand or some type of a display base for them?
Yeah, it does. It does. Actually, all the Pro collection, Pro models over here comes with this solid globe and with a little square kind of crystal kind of stand where we can put it right on top of the stand. And the reason why we choose this stand, not we have customers come and say, look, what if you make kind of spinning stand and you make it dynamic? The reason for that is we wanted our consumer to go ahead and to lift this globe and to really play with it in front of the software, and we wanted to have the freedom to really hold and feel the texture and everything. So that's why we create this stand to kind of detach the globe from the stand, and we wanted to make a very minimalist kind of simple stand instead of a big, huge, kind of presence for our globes.
Yeah. No, and they're beautiful because they're just small, clear little blocks, and it doesn't take away from the hero product, obviously, which is, like, in this case, Earth Pro.
Yeah. Thank you.
Now, somebody's asking, will you be making any models for Europa or any other moons by chance?
Yeah, so we actually make moon models from different sizes. There are very small size let's say it's about 1 inch kind of in diameter, and then we go a little bigger to about this size, which is called the Lunar Regular, and then this is the bigger one, and we have even a bigger one, which is called the Lunar Max. It's really huge, and I am very impressed that the first time when I see it, it's, you know, it really gives you a very substantial kind of feeling. But we have a very new product that coming up. Is called the Solar System 2 Scale Set. That it's a 2 to scale solar system globe where you have Earth that is this small, where Jupiter is gigantic. It gives, you know, our consumer a perspective to see different globes in different sizes, because it's just a very it's a very kind of different way to understand the solar system and to understand all kinds of planets.
Now, I'll get to some of these other questions later because there's a lot of really good questions rolling in. But, you know, obviously, like I said, part of the hero product with the actual physical planet or the moon is the fact that you have this augmented reality app. Do you have any tips or tricks that you can share with our audience to really maximize their use of their products?
Yeah. So initially, we actually have found that sometimes when you have the globe in front of you, the AR kind of alignment can be a little tricky, where you have to kind of find the initial angle from the globe, and then to kind of have the camera see the initial kind of angle from the globe, and then, you know, go with different angles and parts of the globe. And then we made a lot of kind of iterations from the different globes, and now AR alignment is really much better. Another thing, and I would say, if you purchase AstroReality globe, make sure that you read the manual, which is very important to go from step by step, where you put and kind of open up the app, and then, you know, everything. We really put in the steps, and as we design the steps as simple as possible, but also it's really important to follow the steps. But because if you skip a step, it's easy to, you know, get lost in things. To have all the AR features, you know, in front of you for sure. And also, I'd like to have Corinne to talk a little bit about AstroReality Earth, and how, when you use AstroReality Earth, what do you think of it, and how do you play with it?
I play with it by putting the device in front of the
globe.
Yeah.
And
what do you think of it?
I like it because you don't need a really big, heavy globe to bring.
Yeah.
And you could just use a small one where you don't need to carry it around. And
that's true.
Carry it, and it would be a lot of weight.
Do you have a favorite planet that you like to play with?
Yes, I like to play with Earth.
Yeah.
Because it has
It has what?
It has the
different
most interesting stuff.
Most interesting stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of information for sure on the Earth.
Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, do you know? I do have to ask this. Do you find that sometimes with your daughter, does she give you a little bit of inspiration on like what you're looking for when you're actually designing the product too?
Yeah, she does. She usually will say, you know, because of course they have science in school and a lot of things they learn, you know, actually this is a good and additional piece for them to kind of do a self kind of exploration, as well as, you know, kind of an additional piece to understand space science and earth science more. And she actually inspires me and gives a lot of ideas. Oh, what if you make that? What if you make this? Can you make an earth, stuffed animal? Things like that. Just kids. They have very, very, interesting imaginations. Just
Yeah.
It's very good to see that our product make an impact on our next generation.
Yeah, no, for sure. And speaking of, obviously, part of your customer base are education, systems, so like high schools, universities, museums, and all that stuff. How are you finding that they're using them as part of their curriculums?
Yeah. Actually, we find after launching Lunar Pro, we just have a lot of kind of feedback and receptions from schools and educational institutes, and they come to us and say, look, we want to have this in front of our kids and students, and we want to have this in the classrooms. And this is, I would say, an additional kind of learning tools to go along with the curriculum. From 3rd grade and 5th grade, they start to learn earth science, and even from kindergarten, they start to learn, solar system. But when this globe with the AR app, it's a kind of very good teacher guided, but students self kind of explore the piece in the classroom where they can use the software, use the screen, but also with tangible and physical kind of object to kind of really give a very different experience, right? Because when you hold it, it's really the tactile experience that stimulate your memory and everything and exploration. So I would say this goes along with the curriculum, but also kind of adding an additional piece for teachers to use.
That's awesome. Now, everybody, again, we are here today with Joanne Dai. She is the co-founder and CEO of AstroReality. Joanne, again, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me.
Now, can you tell us a little bit more about your relationship with NASA? Obviously, you have a really great tie-in there with all of the information you have. You even mentioned like your relationship with NOAA, but what is your relationship with, what is it like with NASA, and what is it like to work with that really cool organization?
Yeah, thank you. So we have been to a lot of events at NASA, and also coordinate with kind of many different aspects. To work with NASA and also other institutes, I would say it's really phenomenal and it's very inspirational to work with the folks over there. And I remember our team had a kind of initial talk with Mars exploration team, and we talk about how we can visualize data and information researches, and how we can bring it to Mars Pro and kind of give consumers a very different view of Mars exploration. And ultimate goal is really wanted our people to understand the science research more and better in many ways. So I would say we use NASA and NOAA and lots of data for different globes. It's just we wanted to, the ultimate goal is really wanted to have science closer to people, and also bring all of these for us, for consumers to understand.
Yeah, for sure. Now, through all the conferences you've been to, and you've met lots of people along the way along your journey with this organization, right? Do you have any fun, interesting stories that you can share with persons that you may have met?
Yeah. Actually, we went to an event that's hosted by Aldrin Family Foundation, and because last year was Apollo 11 moon landing 50 years anniversary, and we were invited to go there, and then we attend the gala. It was just phenomenal. We had the opportunity to see Michael Collins from Apollo 11. and Charlie Duke from Apollo 16, and also Rustin Short and from Apollo 9. And it's just a very inspirational to hear them talking and to hear their experiences. And I remember when I saw them and I was hearing the stories, and so just imagine Apollo 11 and to just imagine those people are just phenomenal, because how would you ever imagine a human being that wants to go to such a distant object that you can only see by your eyes, that is a dot? You know, how phenomenal is that? It's just, it blows our mind. It's phenomenal. And then we are very fortunate. We actually have several of the globes that displayed over here have their signature and holographic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's phenomenal to be at that event. Yeah.
Yeah, think about it. You're like, hey, I'm just going to go into space. I have no idea what's up there. But
Yeah.
let's give it a whirl.
Yeah, right. Give it a try. Let's see, you know, let's see, to go to that place and see what happens. That's just amazing. This is human, you know, being brave and being inspirational and just bold. And that's the quality of human. It's amazing.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Like, we think about the risks that we take on an everyday basis when it comes to trying new food, or I'm going to park in a new parking spot. And it's like, no, I'm just going to go to space. I have no idea what's happening, but let's just do it. So
yeah, right. Yeah, they're phenomenal individuals. So I just I'm inspired by them a lot.
Now, obviously, you've had some really awesome, positive growth as an organization, and it's been really kind of fun to see your journey and see you continue to build new products, especially the solar system. I've gone to your website and checked it out, and it's crazy awesome. But, what is your vision for your company as you continue to grow and scale?
Yeah, thank you. So we've developed all kinds of products, and all the products go with augmented reality app. And we wanted to focus on space science because we think those distant kind of subject is easier to bring in front of people using advanced technology. And we wanted to focus on AR to different areas, because we think, and especially for now, I think in a lot of the remote settings, AR plays a big role to understand the world better and in a more in-depth kind of level. So we want to really bring augmented reality into different kind of subject and to a lot of different areas. I think AR is, a lot of companies are doing AR in many kind of either content or devices, many areas. And we are just very enthusiastic in augmented reality, and we'll just bring it to different areas.
Yeah, and I think with augmented reality, we've really just scratched the surface of what it can really do for us as we continue to evolve it. So it'll be fun to see how you continue to do that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Now, I can't let you off the hook. I have to at least ask, is there anything in the pipeline that you can share with us by chance?
Yeah, so with Solar System 2 scale set is the kind of the latest product that we've launched. And I really wish that I wanted to display for our Go Live with Beta, but we have another kind of media just have that set go. And it's a very substantial set, which is at a very high level price as well. It's perfect for museums and, kind of for education institutes. I would say we wanted to bring those level of AR experience, and also with space science, kind of content for users to understand. That we will develop different items that's with AR, but also with science, both of the subject kind of integrated. And you will see there will be many interesting, products that come out. And yeah, we will absolutely make an announcement on our website. So be sure to, kind of pay attention to AstroReality on Instagram, on our AstroReality.com, and will be many interesting products coming out.
That's awesome. Now, we have a question here. Are there any models or any models coming soon that represent the Earth's core layers by chance?
I think you probably can see that on AstroReality Earth Globe. It's just maybe it's the content that we will keep updating, but yeah, but not right now. But what we do see is that we will have relative content and information embedded in AstroReality Earth.
That's awesome. I think that is the end of our questions. Joanne, thank you so very much for hanging out with me today. It was very much a pleasure having the chance to chat with you in front of everybody. So everybody, again, Joanne Dai, she is the co-founder and CEO of AstroReality. Now, to learn more about her products, you can go over to beta.com, or you can learn more about AstroReality just by typing that in the search function. If you want to do a little bit more learning on that, you can also book a virtual appointment with one of our many beta testers that can go over this on a one-on-one basis for you. And to learn more about their entire product assortment line, you can go to astroreality.com, where you can also check out that new solar system that is out of this world, literally out of this world. So I can't, yeah, like I really want to get my hands on it, but it's absolutely stunning. But Joanne, again, thank you again so much. And for bringing your daughter, thank her so much for us as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.